In a previous video, I was talking about the assets that I created for the Blender Mini Challenge 5. And in my case, I was doing a morgue scene. And I said I wanted to talk to you about putting holes, or what would appear to be holes in texture, on a model. So here I've got the cholinergic nerve gas cylinder. And if you've seen that video, you'll know that I had some holes up here. And I've got this piece here. And of course, you have to unwrap this. And I just had this piece selected, and I press U unwrap, and you get just this big circle. Scale it down so that you can fit everything on the UV tile. So that's all it is, just a circle. And now I want to put some holes on it. So I've got all the layers that I need for all of this stuff. And I'll do my circles now. So I'm just going to do it up at the top here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a fill layer. And all I'm going to want is color. So I'm going to alt click color, and I'm going to want height as well. The color is going to be black, so now everything's going to go black. I'm probably going to use roughness as well, by the way, because I'm going to have a hole that's kind of indented, and then I want to give the impression of some black in behind that. You pretty much don't want it reflective, so I'm going to drag the color all the way up. And the height, let's just drag it down about a third of the way down for now. Okay, all right. And this is going to be my holes layer. I'm going to add a black mask, and I'm going to come to my polygon fill, and over here I could choose probably this one or even this one. I should be able to just select that as it is, so you can see that that's all black. All right, now what I'm going to do is on this black mask, I'm going to add a fill, and in the properties of the fill for the grayscale, I'm going to choose the tile generator. Now when I do that, I'm going to get it all over the place. And so what I want to do to constrain it to here is I'm going to come back to here. I'm going to add a folder. I'm going to drag this fill into the folder, and I'm going to add a black mask on the folder. And again, I'm going to choose just that area. So now my tile generator is showing up only where I want it. Okay, so into the tile generator, I'm going to pull up the position a bit. That's going to sharpen that up. And I'm going to switch the pattern to disk. And now I'm going to come into the pattern, scroll down a bit, and I'm going to change the scale. I'm going to make it smaller. But as you can see, there's kind of separating away. They're still too big. So I'm going to come up here to the scale, and let's put that for now to 8. So now you can start seeing what's happening here. I think I will come back to here. Maybe we can drag the height down even more, like that. All right, let's go back to the tile generator. Just a couple other things that we really need to do in the pattern transformation. So right just below that to the offset, let's set the offset to 0.5. That will stagger them like that. Looks a little bit better. And we can also come into the pattern transformation, maybe change the number in X to 25 and the number in Y to 25. And maybe we'll come back up here and change the scale. We'll try 7. Okay, and to tell you the truth, I think that height is a little bit much, so I'm just going to pull it in a little bit. All right, so now you have a bunch of holes. You just have to decide how many you want, how big you want them. If I play around with the scale, I can make them a little bit smaller, might look a little bit better. But anyhow, that is basically how I did the holes in this gas cylinder, and also how I did the holes along the side of the autopsy table. All I did was I selected some faces. I did have edge loops in there, so I had faces on the autopsy table. I could choose an area and mask it off and use this technique to create holes.